What's the most satisfying public takedown you've ever witnessed? My grandfather was a saint, or at least that's what the city thought. Mayor Thompson called him the heart of the community. He was on every charity board, his face plastered on every fundraising gala flyer. But to me, he was just a man who smiled for cameras while my medical bills piled up. I was born with a brittle bone condition, and my parents set up a trust fund for me, a hefty $200,000 to cover my future. After they passed, Grandpa became the trustee. The heart of the community assured everyone he would manage it. My 16th birthday party was amazing. He rented out an entire arcade, and apparently that was the problem. The next day, a letter came from the hospital about an overdue surgery payment. I asked him about it, and he just patted my head. "Don't you worry about boring adult stuff, champ, the fund is fine." But it wasn't. The letters kept coming. He started getting irritable when I asked. "It's invested, it's complicated." He'd snap, his folksy charm evaporating. That's when I started digging. His home office was his fortress, but I knew he was arrogant. He used the same password for everything, the name of his first dog, Buddy One. It took me 3 nights of waiting until he was asleep to finally get into his laptop. I didn't find a trust fund statement. I found a ledger, labeled Community Outreach. But the entries weren't for soup kitchens. They were for tailored suits, golf club memberships, and a donation to a certain city councilman's re-election campaign. He was bleeding my trust fund dry to build his public image. The heart of the community was a hollow man propped up by my future. For the next 5 years, I played the part of the grateful, disabled grandson. I meticulously copied every file, every email, every bank transfer. I built a digital fortress of his fraud. The annual televised City Hero Gala was his favorite night of the year. He was the guest of honor. I watched from the wings as he took the stage, his voice booming with false humility. "It is our duty to lift up the most vulnerable among us." That was my cue. I walked to the podium. He tried to put an arm around me, the benevolent grandfather. "My grandson, an inspiration to us all." He beamed. I stepped away. "He's right," I said into the microphone, my voice steady. "I am an inspiration because I've spent the last 5 years surviving his theft." A gasp rippled through the ballroom. I projected the ledger onto the giant screen behind him. His face went from confusion to pure, white-hot panic. This community outreach ledger shows $187,000 spent. Not on the community, but on himself, all from a trust fund for a disabled child. His jaw worked, but no sound came out. The cameras zoomed in on his face, a mask of crumbling plaster. The final slide was a bank statement, the trust fund's current balance, $2,312. The silence in that room was deafening. He just stood there, exposed under the bright lights. I ended up getting every penny back after the court ordered him to liquidate his assets.